Good evening. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu. Today is day 25 of hashtag Christmas Extravaganza 2025. Today I have a recipe. Now this recipe is in two parts. And the first recipe I'm going to give you can be made in a single serving or a family size. This is something that my mother and I tried for years to master the recipe of making, and every time it would either end up as candy and not what we wanted, or it would end up as cake frosting, not what we wanted. This was peanut butter fudge. I have had a love of peanut butter fudge since I was a young girl. Very few people I have ever known that could make it the old-fashioned way and it turned out delicious. So today's recipe is going to be a shocker, because I know you've heard on the internet all the easy ways to do peanut butter fudge and chocolate fudge. So today's recipe, if you've not tried it, you're going to be shocked. Take a simple coffee cup. This is for a single serving. That's my beautiful cup my friend gave me. I love coffee cups. I collect them. Get a coffee cup. Put 2 tablespoons of any peanut butter that you like and 2 tablespoons of vanilla cake frosting. Put it in the cup. Put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and that's it. That's your single serve peanut butter. If you don't want to make, if you're like me, I don't make a pan size, because if it's here, I have an addiction and an obsession with peanut butter fudge. It's right under my coffee addiction. And if it's here, I'm going to eat it. If it's in the freezer, I'm going to go in there. I have no respect of peanut butter fudge. I will go in there and get it out of the freezer, and it will be gone. It will be gone. I have no self-control is the 2 words I'm looking for. But that's all you have to do to make the single serve peanut butter fudge. That will give you several pieces. Now, when you get it out of the microwave, you're going to think, oh no, what have I done wrong? Stir. The more you stir, the thicker it's going to become and the faster it's going to sit up. Now, if you want it to firm up, pour it in a little glass bowl and set it in the fridge and leave it. And then go back in there later, and voila, you have your peanut butter fudge for one person. It's according to how many pieces you know, how large or how small the pieces, how many pieces you're going to get out of that. You know, it's not going to be a huge amount, but it's going to be, if you're like me, it's going to get your craving over for peanut butter fudge for a few minutes anyways. The second part of this is going to be for the family serve. 16-ounce jar of peanut butter. If you want the chunky, the creamy, I would buy the cheap. Just go get the cheap store brand. It's going to set up easier. 16-ounce jar and 1 can of vanilla frosting. Now, when you put this in your glass, you're going to want a big glass dish that will be microwave. That's what you're going to want. It's going to have to be deep for your peanut butter and your vanilla frosting. Put this in the bowl, set it in the microwave, 30-second intervals. You're going to pull it out. After 30 seconds, you're going to stir it and see what consistency it is. You're going to know if it's going to set up how you want it by the thickness of it when you stir it. Put it back in there, put it on 15 seconds the second time. 30 the first, 15 seconds the second time. Pull it out, stir. If it's still, a little on the thin side and you want it a little thicker, pop it back in for 15 more seconds. You're not going to want to overcook this more than a minute total, because the longer it cooks, it's going to either be burnt or it's not ever going to set up. So 30 seconds the first time, 15 seconds the second time, no longer than a minute total for the whole pan of peanut butter fudge. Get you a glass baking dish or an aluminum foil baking pan. Line it with parchment paper. And the reason I'm saying line it with parchment paper is after it sets up, you're going to want to take it out of that container and cut in your pieces to put in a different bowl or pan that you're going to take and gift to somebody. This makes an awesome gift. How many times I would have loved for somebody to have made me some homemade peanut butter fudge and brought to me for a gift. To me, that would have meant so much. The second one, I'm going to have to look at my cheat sheet because it's been a long time since I've made it, is chocolate fudge. Now, I haven't done the single size chocolate fudge, so I'm going to give you the family size. You're going to want a can, a can of sweetened condensed milk. You're not going to want the tiny one. You're going to want the regular size, and I forget what size that is. But it's a normal size can, sweetened condensed milk. And then a bag, you don't want the 7-ounce bag of chocolate chips. You're going to want the regular size bag. And I don't remember if it's I believe it's between the 7-ounce bag and the larger bag of chocolate chips. You're going to put that in a microwave dish. You're going to pop it in the microwave. And again, you're only going to do 30 seconds the first time. Pull it out, pull it completely out of the microwave and stir it. Put it back in, try it 15 seconds, pull it out, stir it. And you're going to, there again, it's going to be like your peanut butter fudge. You're going to know the consistency when you pull it out and stir it, if it's going to set up like you want it. Put it in your tinfoil pan, line it with parchment paper first, put it in your tinfoil pan or a baking dish, and set in the refrigerator. Now, you can freeze these. What you do is when you pull it out, you let it cool, and then you put it in a container that's airtight so that no condensation gets in it. But if you put this in the freezer hot, it may give off some condensation and it may not be as thick as you want it. It'll just be kind of frozen mush, so to speak. So again, if you're wanting it quick for yourself, you may pop it in the freezer for a few minutes. But if you're going to take it and give it as a gift for Christmas and you're going to want to freeze this ahead, now you can add pecans, walnuts, your nuts of your choice. Just be sure that the family that you're gifting it to is not allergic to any nuts that you add to your chocolate fudge. And then, of course, you don't want any peanut allergies from the peanut butter in the peanut butter. But that is my recipe for day 25 of #Christmas Extravaganza 2025. Be sure and check K&K Crochet out. Look at their channel. They have awesome gift ideas. Give them a thumbs up, like their videos, share their videos, and get their playlist of who is in the collaboration for the Christmas Extravaganza 2025. Thank you for joining in and joining me back tomorrow for another Christmas Extravaganza. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I appreciate you.